A bodybuilder ate 30 raw egg whites every day. This is what happened to her skin. She arrived at the clinic with a red, scaly rash around her eyes, nose, and mouth, along with hair falling out. Her doctors initially suspected an autoimmune condition, but blood tests came back negative, and a dietitian's question about her daily raw egg intake pointed to the real cause. JK is a 28-year-old competitive bodybuilder presenting with a painful periorficial rash. Red, scaly plaques encircled her eyes, nose, and mouth, accompanied by conjunctivitis and significant hair loss. Her nails were brittle, and her fingertips reported intermittent tingling. Her physicians initially pursued an autoimmune workup, but a detailed food log showing 30 raw egg whites each morning revealed the true culprit. She adopted what she called a Rocky-style bulk, 30 raw egg whites daily, blended into shakes. She believed raw egg whites were the purest form of protein, unprocessed and unheated. Social media fitness influencers praised raw egg protocols as rugged, efficient, and old school. She was trying to gain competitive edge, trading cooking time for extra sets and extra sleep. The mistake was not negligence. It was a widespread misunderstanding that raw equals more potent. Raw egg white contains avidin, a protein whose name comes from the Latin avidus, meaning eager or greedy. Avidin tightly sequesters biotin, the vitamin also named from the Greek bios, meaning life. One avidin molecule can bind up to 4 biotin molecules in a complex so stable it resists stomach acid, one of nature's strongest non-covalent interactions. That complex is so large the intestine physically cannot absorb it. Imagine a magnet locking your keys inside a safe the size of a refrigerator, then trying to pull them through a straw. Biotin serves as an essential cofactor for carboxylase enzymes, particularly propionyl-CoA carboxylase, which drives fatty acid synthesis. When biotin is locked away, the biotin-dependent enzymes cannot function, and tissues that renew rapidly, such as skin which regenerates about every 28 days and hair, show the earliest signs. The solution is simple. Heat denatures avidin, unfolding its structure and releasing biotin for absorption. Cooking eggs is not just safer, it is biochemically mandatory for anyone consuming them in bulk. If avidin is blocking biotin absorption, then downstream carboxylase enzymes should falter, and that is precisely what the labs reveal. Propionyl-CoA carboxylase drops below 300 picomoles per minute per milligram of protein, a stark signal that the cofactor it needs is missing. With the pathway choked, a metabolite called 3-hydroxyisovalerik acid floods the urine at 20 to 30 times normal levels. Urinary biotin itself plunges to a fraction of healthy values. This pattern becomes the metabolic fingerprint that tells physicians the body is starving for biotin despite adequate dietary intake. Biotin-dependent carboxylases are not optional. They drive skin cell turnover roughly every month, fuel hair follicle cycles, and keep the myelin sheath intact for nerve signaling. When the cofactor vanishes, skin and hair suffer first. The characteristic rash around the eyes, nose, and mouth often appears within weeks and worsens. Hair loss accelerates to include eyebrows and lashes, and conjunctivitis becomes persistent. Peripheral neuropathy sets in, manifesting as tingling, numbness, and eventually ataxia. In severe untreated cases, seizures can emerge because the brain's fatty acid metabolism grinds to a halt without biotin. The dermatologist's initial impression of an autoimmune rash was reasonable, but the labs ruled that out. The real differential was always metabolic, and the timeline proves it. Skin signs preceded neurologic signs by months, giving clinicians a window that, once missed, closes fast. The treatment was straightforward but high dose, 5 milligrams of biotin daily, roughly 100 times the typical daily requirement. Within weeks, the periorficial rash faded, hair regrowth became visible along her hairline and eyebrows. The tingling in her fingertips resolved completely. Her labs normalized. Urinary 3-hydroxyisovalerik acid dropped back to baseline. Propionyl-CoA carboxylase activity rebounded. Biotin levels returned to healthy range. JK switched to cooked egg whites, where heat denatures avidin and releases biotin for absorption. She also diversified her protein sources with cooked chicken, fish, and plant-based options. This eliminated the avidin overload while maintaining her competitive protein intake. The lesson is clear. Avidin binds biotin so tightly inside your gut that the vitamin becomes unavailable, a bond that is only broken when eggs are heated above 70 degrees Celsius. JK's case illustrates how even well-intentioned performance habits can backfire when biochemistry is ignored. The lesson is simple but vital. Cooking is not just about safety, it is about bioavailability. Check your supplement labels for biotin content, respect how nutrients are absorbed, and remember that supplements are concentrated tools. Use them as intended, not as casual candy. Your muscles need protein, but your enzymes need their cofactors too.